Hello and welcome back, everybody. Sorry it has been a while. We have been working on staying warm. We have a winter storm on its way. We're already getting freezing rain earlier than what was expected. This was supposed to come in tomorrow. It's here today. We've been working on that firewood all week, between going and getting it, splitting it, cutting it up, all that. I brought the tractor up here. That's our old greenhouse cover, so if I need it and happen to need to put a heater under there to warm it up, I can do so, but hopefully we can keep a lot of ice off of it in case we need it. This is not anything I advise anyone to do, but as y'all know, I do everything I can with what I can. That's right. We made a temporary shelter for the horses. I used the second hay that was given to us. It is not a good quality hay at all. So I brought it over here and we stacked it up. Let me bring you on the other side. We moved the round pin over here. I have an extension cord running up and over. That way we can try to avoid anything happening there. I took some floor joist. Oh boy, we had one fall over, a couple. That's what the noise was. Oh boy. Yeah, I got to get in here and add some beams to it. I was not completely done with it. I just wanted to show what we got going on here. I planned on putting a couple of beams on this side, but I'm probably going to have to get the tractor back out, see if we can get it in here and lift that up, or use the excavator, something. I'm going to have to get that fixed, folks. I wondered what the noise was that I heard, and that's what it was. Anyway, that's why I don't advise this. It is not by any means a structural building. It is not by any means a permanent solution. It is what we have available to get these guys a shelter out of the ice storm that's coming. And it is an ice storm. They're talking power outages and just really, really bad conditions. So I wanted these guys close to the house. Makes it easier to take care of them. Like I said, this is a temporary solution. Once this is over with, that will be torn down. I have not been able to get out here and get posts in the ground to try to build a shelter. It's a lot for me to have to do. So it's a little bit bare over here where the round pin was. But it will be back once we can do so. But I wanted to throw something together to hopefully get them a windbreak and keep them as safe as possible. Everything here is kind of on a slope, so they get a little antsy during feed time. I'd rather them not be running up here trying to eat and end up falling and getting hurt. The worst thing that could happen is an animal getting hurt during an ice storm. Getting anywhere to get them help is just, it'd be impossible. It'd be impossible for help to get here. So I'm doing what I can. Like I said, don't even consider that being a permanent. If I had other things and ability to do it, that wouldn't even been a thought. Creative as it is, I'm still going to worry about them being in there, and that's okay. We got floor joists run across there. They are 2x8, I think. And then I just laid some pallets up there and threw a tarp over top of it. That's the best I can do right now. If anyone knows, hay holds heat. So I'm going to sacrifice one of these bales so that we can roll it out once the ice is here. And hopefully we'll be able to walk on top of this. I don't want to do it before the ice hits. I probably should, as heavy as that bale is. But if I do it now, it's just going to get covered in ice and it'll be pointless. It'll defeat the purpose. We'll just have a thick mat of hay that is frozen to the ground, covered in ice. If I leave it like that, it's going to get frozen to the ground, but we can get it to unroll. It may take a little bit. I might even have to use a piece of equipment to get it started. I'm okay with that. I set it right there for a reason, so it's downhill. So once we cut it loose, it'll roll. Now, like I said, that's going to help us get down here and take care of the chickens. It's going to help us take care of the goats. We should be able to roll that out and be able to walk on it. And the heat for a little while should help keep it thawed out. So tomorrow may be a little bit iffy on taking care of the animals. Most likely the birds are not going to be let out at all. We're going to feed them and water them in their shelters. Miss Charlotte will probably spend most of her time in her shelter. She's probably not going to come out. We'll move her feed bin up there as well. The goats are going to be fine. We brought one of the electric buckets out here. I should have enough extension cords I can run out here if I need to. That way we can keep them fresh water. It is a heated bucket that we use for the horses. We haven't put it in there yet. I'd rather them not tear it up, but the kids brought it over here. We'll have to get power ran out here and hooked up to it. The other heated bucket I may put out for the ducks or for Charlotte to make sure they can get fresh water. The emu have a heated bucket out there. We gave them a lot of hay for bedding, and they have a really thick bed in there. They are doing fantastic, so we didn't have to worry too much about them. This was all last minute because, like I said, I've been working all week, between going and getting loads of wood and going and getting logs from a friend of ours, trying to make sure that we've got enough wood to get through this cold spout and try to keep us at least until we can get more wood brought in, which probably won't be until at least next week or the week after. So that's what we've been up to. It's just been exhausting. We still have quite a bit here that needs to be split up and stacked, but we have an entire cord in that shelter, the wood shelter right there. That's an entire cord, and some of that can be split, but it's under a metal roof. It should stay fairly dry. Some of it will get wet. Yes, some of it will get a little ice on it, but for the most part, we'll have dry wood there. We're not gonna concern ourselves with stacking too much on the porch right now, just because I don't have a way to shelter it and keep it dry. We just don't have tarps. We don't have a lot that we need for things like this. What's not under shelter is just going to end up getting wet, just going to get covered in ice. It just is what it is. We'll probably piece it up a little at a time, and get it used with the dry stuff, so that way when we put it in the stove, it'll heat up, dry out a little bit, and burn. But we're not just going to throw wet wood in there, because obviously it's going to have a hard time burning. But we should be good to go. We're crossing fingers and praying and hoping that the power stays on, but that's the advantage of heating with wood. We may not be able to run our blower, but if need be, we do have an inverter. I can hook up an extension cord to one of the vehicles and we can run power in there. Our plan is to just block off the living room area and have everybody in the living room with the heat if that comes down to it. Because without the blower, we won't be able to heat the whole house. That's an amazing stove, but without a way to move the heat, it's hard to heat the entire house. So that is our plan. If the power goes out, we're gonna spend some time in the living room where the heat's at. So we'll be able to keep ourselves in there and stay warm. And we'll even utilize it to cook with if need be. So that being said, we've done about all we can to get prepared for this winter storm that's coming. It's supposed to be very nasty, and we'll get the ducks and things put away this evening, and like I said, they probably will not come back out until probably Monday or Tuesday, depending on when it's safe to let them back out again. Obviously, I don't want a bunch of animals out here sliding on a hill and not able to get back in their shelter. The rabbits will be okay. We've put bedding in there for them. We'll keep an eye on them. If need be, we will bring them in the house. That's just part of it. That's what makes you a good animal owner, is being responsible enough and careless enough to bring the small animals like that in the house if need be. Now, we're not expecting the absolute, negative 30s we had a few years ago, but when you're looking at nothing but a sheet of ice, it makes it dangerous. So we're getting ready to hunker down. It has been dropping rain and freezing rain throughout the last few hours. Luckily, it has kind of quit that for now, but overnight into tomorrow and into Monday, we are looking at some ice and just frigid temperatures. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here, see if I can get a couple more things done, and then I'm getting my butt in the house where it's warm. I have been outside all day, every day this week, just trying to get things done. So I do apologize, I haven't gotten a lot of the content, but that's just how it goes sometimes. I would rather concentrate on getting this stuff done, making sure these animals are taken care of, than whether or not I grabbed the camera and turned it on. I don't have a problem bringing you all in, showing you what we got done, showing you what we did, talking about it a little bit. That's just how it goes sometimes. So I'm sorry if you're a little offended I haven't put videos out, but it's been busy, and we've just been all over the place, picking up firewood and getting that ready and trying to get the animals ready. I've been trying to run all this through my head and get as prepared as possible. So I hope everybody stays safe during this. I hope you have enough to get by if the power does go out in your area. We don't need to go empty the grocery stores, folks. Most likely they're going to have the power back on within a few hours or within a week. If you can survive a week. What is that? A couple loaves of bread, some peanut butter and jelly? I mean, there's no point in going and emptying the shelves. I mean, what is it going to do to have a freezer full of meat if you can't cook it? People really need to stop and think about how things are actually going. When is the power out for more than a week's time? Hardly ever. Okay? When are the roads bad that long? Hardly ever. Not in my area. Okay? In my area, people are scared to death to even get a quarter of an inch of snow. It's not like when I was growing up. We got inches and feet of snow when I was growing up. We don't get that anymore, but you know, people are scared to death to drive now, and they don't even have a clue about what we had to go through when I was a kid. I mean, I was out here playing in it, building snow forts and all kinds of things. Traffic's still moving. They cleared the roads the best they could, and you know, people just pretty much hunkered down. They went to work if they had to. We didn't just go empty the grocery stores. I mean, now it's like mass panic. Run to the grocery store and then it's gone and people can't get what they need. We got to stop that. We went and got a couple cases of water. We got some food that we don't have to cook. We even got some raviolis, because I'll take the wrapper off of them and throw them in the wood stove for a little bit and heat them up if we have to. You got to think. We have the other wood stove in the garage that we can cook on. But that would consist of me having to come outside and get it set up and all that. And be out in the weather trying to cook. And I'm just not for that. But we could easily toss a can of raviolis in there on some hot coals, let it heat up. Hey, be careful opening it, but you know what? It's survival. If we have to go that route, that's what we'll do. You just got to think and be prepared. I mean, yeah, in a week's time, you might be tired of peanut butter and jelly, but at least you survived. We got a couple cases of water. That should last us all. If we had to ration it, we would get through a week's time without power. In a week's time, you should have emergency rations coming to you, because our government shouldn't fail us like that. Nonetheless, think about survival. You go into the store and buying several pounds of meat that's going to be in a freezer that may end up unplugged for a week. Yeah, this time of year, it might survive. I would rather have goods in my house that I don't have to cook, and then I don't have to worry about hundreds of dollars worth of meat going bad or not being able to cook it. So think about what you're getting. Don't sit there and grab 5 loaves of bread when you only need 1 or 2. There's other people that need to survive too. It's not just about you. Okay? You know, you used to be able to go borrow a cup of sugar from your neighbor. Now they don't even want to open the door for you. That's wrong. I'm going to be gardening. We're going to be canning food and stuff like that. We're not there yet. But as far as survival goes, come on now. You got to be rational. Rational minded. Think about it. You know, everybody always packs the stores and empties the shelves. And then people can't get what they need. You know, we go in, we can spend $500 to $1,000 a month in groceries, and we're good to go for probably a couple months. We had run out of meats and things. But as far as other stuff goes, because we think about it, the way we go grocery shopping allows us to do that. You could survive off of canned vegetables. There's a lot of things that you can get to survive off of. There are 6 of us in this house that have to eat. A friend of ours has even more than that they take care of and help take care of during bad times like this. The trees are already losing limbs. But anyway, just be considerate. Don't just think about yourself. Get what you need. Okay? This isn't the end of the world. We're not looking at not being able to go to the grocery store within a few days. There's no need for an absolute panic. I mean, my lands, the states north of us, they get worse than this all the time, year round. Year round. It snows 12 feet, 10 feet. You got 30-foot snowbanks. That ain't stopping them. They're still driving to town. They still have electricity. Stop panicking, people. Take care of yourself. Stay warm. Don't be afraid to invite your neighbors in. If the power goes out, don't let them sit there and freeze. Open up your door and let them come in and sit by that wood stove for a while. Be considerate. If you got to, let your family go somewhere else. And that's all I got for you. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.